How's the real estate market in Tulsa? I am so glad you asked. Hey, it's Jennie Wolek here with Keller Williams Realty, and I am here to report the latest and greatest data and details on the market here in T-Town. That's right, we always love interpreting the data to share with you, our clients, our friends, our community, so that you are up to date and knowledgeable about the realities of the real estate market. Well, good news is the data is exciting and positive, and we have all positive numbers, no negatives. That's like amazing news, right? So in our review of looking back year over year, now this is February data because we always run a little behind getting all of this amazingness tallied into one place. So what we can tell so far, 2025 is shaping up to be even better than 2024. Woo! But will it stay that way? That is always the question, and one that I always ask myself when I've been in this industry and profession for over 2 decades. I have always enjoyed the ups and downs, and it keeps me on my toes, that's for sure. But never fear, that's why we're here to understand what's really happening for your home if it becomes time for you to make a move, or your next home if it's time for you to buy that new home of your dreams. Well, here's the good news. All of the data are positive numbers. Everything is up looking back over the year. So 2025 to 2024, everything is positive. We have more an increase in closed sales, which is great. We have an increase in pending sales, the homes that have gone under contract. We have a 13.57% increase in new listings. This is very important. As you know, I have been reporting to you each month about the low inventory in our market and nationwide. It's an ongoing thing for everyone. But here's the good news. Lots more properties came on the market. That means if you're looking to buy, maybe you have some more choices. Maybe you have a little bit of room to negotiate. We'll see. That's part of the data that I'm about to share with you. Now, with this increase that we have seen, we're also seeing an increase of the listing price, which then translates to an increase of the sales price. So the average sales price in Tulsa, Oklahoma from February 2025, 308,000 is the listing price. The sold price is 302,420. So you can see there that from what the property listed at originally, the market price that it goes on the market at versus the actual closed sales price, there is about a 2% variance there. So the homes are selling about 98% of the listing price. This is important. If you are selling your home, that's important. If you're buying a home, it's also important because it shares with us that even in a market where it's not as hot and crazy as it has been in the recent past, sellers are still typically getting pretty close to their list price. And hopefully, because they are being smart and strategically pricing the home correctly from the start. So that's a really good sign on all sides. This also tells us if you're the buyer that wants to get a good deal, that might not be the case. It might be a struggle to find those properties that are distressed or need a seller that just needs to take a low offer because the market is still pretty strong, especially with our lower inventory that we've had over the years. Now, the other thing to note, this is very important as well. The average days on market that it takes for a home to sell is up about 15% over this time last year. Now, why this matters, again, it plays into pricing and it plays into inventory and all the things that I've been talking about. So it takes now 48 days from the time, this is on average, from the time that a property hits the market active on the MLS to the day that it goes under contract, that a buyer and seller agree on terms. And then there's then another 30 to 45 days of the closing period. This is for the inspections, the appraisal, the title work, the lender paperwork, all the things that go on inside of the closing process. So really timing matters. So if you are thinking about selling your home, then you could just do some rough math and think, okay, well, I have about a month and a half that it may take for me to get the home under contract. with that 48 days. And then I'd have another month or month and a half. So this could be a 3-month process. So if you know you need to be somewhere in by a certain time in the near future, we want to plan that out and map out the exact timeline for you. That's super helpful for you to understand, because a lot of times what we're finding out is people want to go right now, and there's prep time, there's preparing time, there's marketing time, and the on the market time, and then the pending time. So it could take more time than you actually think. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to educate you and share with you all of this goodness. Overall, market is feeling great. We are moving along. We do have seasonality, and it's springtime, and things are blooming, and kids are playing, and school is going to be out soon. So these are all the factors that play into having a very successful spring real estate market. If you're thinking about making a move, it's always better to reach out to us sooner than later, just starting the conversation so that you are set up for success. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you later.